Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna try doing a tutorial. I've never done one before, but just want to try something new. So yeah, what I'm gonna show you is how to do the sky replacement thing like I did in my most recent edit. It's where you pretty much just take an image of the sky and replace it with the default kind of bluish color there. Yeah, so let's get right into it. First of all, when you're getting your cinematic, what you want to do is probably have your mouse and speed pretty low if you're doing the type that I was doing. So you just kind of, I don't know, flying. Actually, that's a bit too slow. So you just kind of fly through, and it's okay that it looks really shaky, because we're gonna change that afterwards. So yeah, it looks alright. So we're gonna do. I'm just gonna create a new project. It's gonna find. Where was it? I think it was this one. Yeah. So yeah, this is one I got a few days ago while I was working on the actual edit. It's pretty much the same thing. Obviously, it looks really shaky. So you want to find where the movement starts. So like right there about. Hold down Shift and then just drag that in, and hold down Shift again. Snap it to the beginning, and then you want to find where the movement stops, or like the upwards movement. It's like about right there. Hold Shift and just clean it all up. Alright, so now what we want to do is, now that we have this, it looks really shaky, so you're going to right click and do Warp Stabilizer, and that's going to smooth it out and make it look a lot better. Alright, so now that our cinematic looks a lot smoother as you scrub through, it's time to camera track it. So create an After Effects camera that understands how the scene is moving. You can't apply the camera onto this layer right here because of the warp stabilizer. Pretty much what the warp stabilizer actually does is it crops it and pans it so that it looks a lot more smooth. And that doesn't work with the camera tracker. So what you want to do is find the composition where your clip is in and make a new composition out of it. It's going to be black near the end, so just find like right there. Hold Shift and bring it in. So yeah, now you can use the camera tracker on it. Alright, so now that that's done, we have a bunch of points here that stick to the scene as it moves through. So what you want to do for sky replacement is find one that's way in the distance, so approximately like where the sky is going to be. You don't really need the target to be there, just right click on one of the points and create null in camera. So now you have this point that, if you press P, it has the exact position of where that point is in 3D space. And that is where you're going to put your sky pretty much all the way in the back. So now what you want to do is find the picture of your sky that you want to use, and then just drag it into your composition, and obviously you can't see it, so you need to apply key light, which is a keying plugin that removes a certain color. So apply it to there, and there, just click that. If you zoom in a lot here, you can kind of see that around the trees a little bit of the blue from before is still left, so you can play with the settings a bit here if you want. But because we have a blue background, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. We have everything looks good except the sky isn't moving with the scene. Because it's still a 2D layer and it's in its default position of that there. So what you want to do is make it a 3D layer, and it'll disappear, and wherever that position is in 3D space, that's where it'll be. But we want to put it on the position of where this null is. So if you just copy and paste the position, it'll be right there. Obviously, the rotation is probably going to be messed up depending on which null object you choose, so you can just fix that like that. Oh, we press R to bring up the rotation, by the way, and then press S to bring up the scale. hold shift if you want to scale it really quickly. And there, so that looks pretty good. It sticks to our scene, and it looks like it's actually in there. Maybe bring down the scale a bit. Drag it over. You want to just make sure there's no, like, near the end of the clip. See, the sky is coming close. You just want to make sure there's no, like, black edges or anything. Drag it back up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have a picture of like space, for example, like in a couple of my shots, I had a picture of space. So if you wanted to look at something different, you know, you just slide it around. It's also a good idea to have a really high resolution image because you do have to scale it up to like 300% sometimes, sometimes even higher, just to make sure it doesn't start to look pixelated when it's scaled, you know, all the way up like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about it, just let me know. And if you want any other tutorials on effects that I've done in any of my edits, just let me know. Thanks for watching.